Morning, everyone. And today we have Mr. Sarbajit Chowdhury on the platform, and he is a mental health activist. And hello, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, just doing my work, teaching in. No, it's a very wide question. I don't know how to answer this. But yeah, I am someone, if you'd ask me by profession, I'm a college professor at St. Xavier's College, Bardhaman, Department of English. I am very passionate about writing. I don't know anything other than writing. It's like oxygen to me. And I like to read books. I like to listen to music. I like aesthetic and good things, which makes my surroundings beautiful. That's it. Few things about me.
And when did you start writing?
I started writing at very early, I would believe, in my career. I was in my third year of college. That dates back to 2019. That when I started first writing poems, but I published much later in 2021. So, so no, it was in 2020. I first started writing in 2020. So yes, I got published in 2020, and I have started writing from 2019.
Wow. And what are the genres or topic you prefer writing the most?
See, I believe what comes natural to me, I write on that. To be very specific, I do not limit myself to any particular genre. To be very specific about. But if you ask me what I prefer writing or what I more write about nowadays is about mental health problems that we don't talk about my feelings. Like, past 5 years and still I'm struggling with clinical depression. So at sometimes no medicine, no technique, nothing helps out. It's my words, it's my game with words, it's my poem that helps me out. So that is when I start writing about it. I write about societal norms. I am a believer of gender equality, and I do write about it a lot in my poems. Also, what I write about is a queer story. I have few trans stories, few uh, gay stories, lesbian stories out there in anthologies I have already published. So yeah, this is what my pool of writing right now consists of. So this is what till I have experimented with. Now, now my next target is to experiment with something of horror genre or something like that. If I could write something.
Mhm. And by being a mental health activist, what is mental health according to you?
My definition of mental health is not being happy all the time. Because as a person or as an individual human being, we have to accept this fact that we cannot be happy 24/7. No, that cannot be a benchmark for good mental health. It has to be about accepting what we are feeling at this moment, embracing it, and trying to change it slowly if possible. For me, it's what a sound mental health means to be at peace. Now, also to be at peace means you cannot be always at peace because there will be negativity, there will be sounds. But you, as my counselor used to say, build a glass wall around yourself and keep everything out of it. You see everything happening, but everything doesn't touch you all the time. So yeah, that is what I follow. To me, to have a good mental health uh, means that to be to do everything in my life properly and to embrace what situation I'm in present, accepting more than expecting and changing. That's what I believe in.
Wow, that's great. And you weren't active for a long time. So, what had happened? Would you like to share it with our audience?
Yeah, actually, I haven't been much active till 2020. After 2021 May, I guess, because before that I used to do a lot of rampant events, lot of offline events. Went to Mumbai, went to other places, Guwahati twice, attended talk shows. But after that, I have stopped a bit. and much stopped in previous 2 3 months because I was not mentally well, or I won't say mentally well, but not in a mentally sound position to work on my career. Because I realized in one of the events that I got on stage and I got such an anxiety attack and such a panic. I started, and such a sudden like a wave of panic went inside me that I ruined the event. So I somehow realized that no, it's the time I have to sit back, I have to set myself, and then again come back to the limelight. And if you say about publishing, yes, I'm taking a lot of time because I don't want to publish rampantly anything that comes to my mind, but I'm working on a novel. I want it to be my debut novel and I want it to be a like hit one. Like whenever I get it published, it touches heart. For me, hit doesn't mean the sales numbers or that, but it has to reach to the audience and it has to touch their heart. So due to that publishing thing, yes, I am more concentrating on creating that kind of a literary body where people do feel connected. And events I'm taking slowly. I'm starting back work, and today with your interview I'm getting back to work again. uh, so yeah, slowly let me see what comes my way, because Instagram has offered me a lot, because I was just checking my message requests and I find out that I have let go one humongous offers due to my this mentally not static situation, because a lot of things has happened in past 2 years, personally, professionally. I have gained professionally but lost much things personally. Much close people have changed. A lot of personal stuffs have happened, so I couldn't process that. At some point I was going mechanically. I was doing whatever was coming to me, but after that point I felt that no, I'm not delivering my best, and at some point I'm ruining my specific places, my position at in front of the camera or in front of the stage, or as an author, also as a creating bodies, also literary bodies also. So for that reason I stepped back for a few months, and then I sat back. I realized what I want to do, what I don't want to do. Not taking every cup of tea that comes to my way, but choose and pick and do things and choose projects very wisely. So it was kind of a self-reflecting time that I took. But yes, now I understood that once you have left a longer period, you have to again start from zero. So maybe before I reach the negative side, I'm starting from zero.
That's great that you took some time out for yourself because, being a human being, we are always focusing on our personal and professional life, and we sometimes forget that individually we have a life as well.
Yeah, actually, I forgot the work-life balance. I messed up a lot of things. Sometimes your emotional traumas doesn't let you be mentally very static position, right? It just affects you. You can't get hold of things. So that is what particularly happened with me. But I am trying to heal myself and taking more of work now rather than only focusing on my healing process.
That's great. More power to you.
Thank you so much.
And, what was your first book about, the one you authored?
Which one? Could you be a
The
bit
first
louder?
book that you authored?
Okay, the first book, that is a Speaking from the Autumn of My Life, right?
Yeah,
Yes. That was, was a very spontaneous publishing. That was nothing I thought and sat back and decided and prepared and published. That was a very spontaneous publishing, because at that point I was writing a lot of poetry. There was near about, I have already crossed the mark of 50-55 poetry by that time. So I thought, and that was a very short period of time maybe. And I thought, what to do with this? Let's start putting it out to the world and see what response do I get. So it was just a spontaneous decision. I just published it. I got opportunities. It got sold 100 copies. First book, touch wood. It was great for my achievement. I know 100 copies doesn't mean anything in the sales terms, but for me it's great because my first book was sold already 100 copies. So that's something I feel very proud of myself personally. So yeah, so it was spontaneous. It was great, but yes, I feel that that book was necessary because It taught me a lot of things about literary world, about marketing. A lot I came to know. It's first child, and it's also a, like, I treat my books as my child. So it's my first child, and it brought with it a lot of experience.
So was it a collection of poetries or stories?
It was a collection of poetries, all together. Like, it had multiple themes. It about nationality, about, it's a very amateur world, I believe, because today if I open that book and say, I'm like, what have I written? Why have I written? This happens because at point you realize that you have, but first works are always amateur. So yeah, that was it. But I published it somehow. Actually, I get very embarrassed when someone asks me about my first book because I feel I couldn't give my best as an author at that point of time. It was just some random teenage boy writing, I don't know what poetry and publishing it, maybe.
But that's great that you at least took the initiative to do something great.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. And we all have a few goals or say achievements we want to achieve in our life. So I won't ask that like from today, after 5 years, where are you seeing yourself? I would ask that since today, after 6 months from now, where do you see yourself?
6 months from now. 6 months from now, I see myself almost completing 80% of my novel, approaching publishers for publishing, doing more practical events, more uh, approaching to the wider, like, cater to the wider audience, approaching them, introducing them to my work, maybe. And obviously, that's what I look myself in 6 months, maybe. One position that I hold previously, maybe I won't get back that in 6 months because I have been inactive for almost 7 to 8 months, but trying to cross that benchmark or trying to reach that position again, maybe doing more of interviews, lot more of uh, media things, maybe more of it.
So looking
But
forward to it.
yes, but my first target for 6 months is to complete 80% of my book because it has been long time within me in my laptop. But I think it's now time to put it out. So my main target is to complete 80% of the novel and put it out to the world.
Okay. And by being a queer activist, what are the things you focus on and how do you uplift people around you to be themselves and not think about the society?
See, I would begin with my childhood. First of all, I have always debunked all societal barriers. Like, it was very clear. My not my immediate family, but my distant family used to say that you cannot wash dishes, you cannot sweep the floor, you cannot do this, do that because you're a boy, you cannot do these things. But believe me, my mother taught me everything from cooking to washing dishes to sweeping to cleaning your room, every particular thing. And I think uh, my mom has inbuilt that within me, and that automatically led me to break all the social stereotypes, to be very true. People say that you cannot, not only on the basis of gender, but also, like, people say you cannot hustle between two jobs. You cannot be an author and also a professor. You have to choose one. I said, no, I want the whole of it. Until and unless I'm harming someone, I want the whole cake, not just a piece. So I have been brought up. My mother was very prominent in inculcating that hunger within me, that you can achieve whatever you want. You don't have to be very shy about it. Now, when I why I'm a prominent ally to LGBTQ community, because because I have seen a lot of friends of mine who have uh, suffered a lot due to this. So that suffering was very closely observed, and there where I thought that I should speak. First of all, also I'm not someone who would be very vocal about, like, who can state every problem that they face, and I don't believe in fighting or, like, see, it's just that they have a different sexual preference. It's nothing like they have four hands or four legs. They are human beings. They have just different sexual preference or they just don't align with what society thinks is normal, quote unquote. The definition of normal is also very subjective. So let's not just like force them into boxes. Let them be. Let them be whatever they want to be. I preferably feel people don't need sympathy. They actually don't need sympathy. They don't need your words like I'm very proud of you or something like that. What they just want is let them be the they want. They let them be the way they want to be and just accept them. That's it. And I feel that कानूनन एक्सेप्टेंस मिल भी जाए तो सोसाइटल एक्सेप्टेंस मिलने में बहुत समय है अभी भी क्योंकि see the people still we are fighting in Supreme Court just for marriage, right? It's going on for so many months, so many days. It's going on benches after benches, verdicts after verdicts. I don't know what is going to happen ultimately. But yes, it's just a marriage, right? Two persons, individual adults, whatever they want to do, let them do that. Stop judging everybody on the basis of whatever they're doing under the bed or sorry, under the sheet or in the bed. It's none of your concern. You just are concerned with their performance, with their what do I say, with their what they're achieving in their life or whatever. They just live them the way they want to be. Don't judge them and don't try to make fun of them all the time. That's not necessary. That's absolutely very gross, I think.
And when two individuals who are adults are happy by being themselves and being with someone they love,
Just
so
let them be. That's it.
yeah.
It's a simple equation. Just let them be, let them give equal opportunities. What a straight man or a straight woman is getting, a transgender should get the same equal opportunity. That's it. Not only transgender, all the people, like a person who is a gay, lesbian, everybody, irrespective of their personal sexual choices, give them equal opportunities and just let them be. Here another discourse that I would like to point out. I have heard on one of the India's first transgender principal, Dr. Manavi Motherland. I heard her from interview that this society has this tendency of marginalizing people, and they derive pleasure out of that. And after some time, they only call this marginalized people back into the mainstream. So it's very convenient, it's very pleasure. It's full of pleasure when you can dominate someone or insult someone. It's kind of a satisfaction that okay, I have also not able to achieve that. That person is achieving. Let me pull him down on the basis of this, if not any other like quality on the basis of proper competition ground, right? So yeah, that's it. It's simply let them be. Don't make them like don't get too supportive and try to be sympathetic towards them. Just let them. They're happy with it because I have friends from the community. They and please and they are very sweet. They're very welcoming. They doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. They just let it be. They also say me that we love you because or we try to be more friends with you because you don't treat us differently.
You went on mute.
Sorry, there was a call. There was an interruption. So yeah, simply like that. Don't uh, don't like treat them with special attention or something. Just let them be. That's I believe with so much of what I have understood.
And like as you're a professor, so you might be knowing students who are a member of LGBT but are not able to open up to their friends or say family because they are scared that what will people say them or something else. So what is your advice or suggestion to them?
For me, it's a very clear-cut equation. See, coming out is not necessary to be done at any particular age. You can come out of the closet at any age, at any place, at anywhere you want. First of all, you need to make your space secure, right? That's the main motto behind, main thing. Before, after that, you can come, okay. Or before that, if you have a safe space. Now, uh, just what I tell my
You again went on mute.
I'm really sorry for the interruption. Can we start with the question
Okay.
again? You can edit this part.
Yeah, so my question was that as you are a professor, you might be in contact with students or friends who are a member of LGBT, but they are not able to open up yet to their family or friends because they are scared that what will people tell them or the society. So, what is your advice for them?
Yes. So first and foremost, the society doesn't feed you. They are not going to come and stand by your problem. So please be less bothered about them. आपकी खुशी में वो नाचने आ जाएंगे, आपके दुख में आपको सुनाने आ जाएंगे. This is the simple
Oh,
fact about society. The sooner you understand, the better. It's a proven fact. So the sooner you understand this, the better. So इस सोसाइटी के डर से जीने का कोई मतलब नहीं. अच्छा, अब आवारी आती है फैमिली की. Yes, obviously it's difficult for our previous generation, like our father and mother or our grandfather, their generation, to be quite understanding about this. But I would say take your time, take it slow, make them understand slowly, slowly, slowly. I think at some point they will understand because you are their child and they will accept you at some point of time. But yes, obviously, if you belong to a family from where they just don't want to understand or they're not liberal, they will not listen to you at any cost. At that point, you can do one thing is you wait till you have a strong financial ground, complete your studies, and then you can come out and be open to it. And your friends, if your friends are judging you on this basis, but then better you don't call them friends. They are not your friends if you're judging on you on this basis. Choose some other friends, they will be better. I believe that.
mhm.
और सोसाइटी के डर से जीना ही नहीं है. They do nothing good to you. They only point out fingers at you at your fault, and when you are successful, yes, हम नहीं कहा इसीलिए successful बन गया. This is it. I have, uh, if you talk about my students, I have lived more life than you, so I know this. So if you're please watching this, irrespective of your sexual preference or your career choices, whatever you make, as your teacher, I tell you, be least bothered about society. They don't feed you, and they're not going to be of any good to you. That's my experience, and I think you will also agree, I guess. We have this
Yeah,
kind of.
totally. Because society is just like when something bad happens, they are like, oh, we had told them to not do that. When something good
Yeah,
happens, they are
yes.
around us to clap their hands for us. I agree with you.
And that's a simple formula. It has worked from our Bap Dada ke zamane. So it's there.
And any golden rule or life mantra you follow?
Yes, I do follow one thing. It's two things. First of all is समय से पहले कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. जब समय सही होगा तो सब कुछ मिलेगा. This is one thing that I believe from the core of my heart. And one more thing that I always believe and motivate myself with, you know your story the best. So fight according to your strength and do the hard work that you can do. Nobody else is living your life. They can easily judge you because that comes very handy to them. They will easily give you advice, but do what feels good for you and work hard. That's very evident. Sometimes surviving becomes very important, right? For us, going and doing very extraordinary thing doesn't become the main task, but getting out of bed does. Do that much for that day. That's your hard work for that day. So that's what I believe, that work hard, take time, and do things slowly. And just know yourself the best because you know your story. You can only fight it out. No one else will.
That's true. And as you are a professor at the in the English department, right?
Yes,
So you have always had interest in literature, or it was
obviously.
just
See, I am a vociferous book reader from the very childhood. Okay. And if I could show you my room, you will find there are stacks of books only. There is nothing else. All story books, or theory books, all that kind of thing. So yeah, I always loved literature. But I never knew that I would be a professor someday. But yeah, I became that. That's what I became, just maybe or due to my hard work. So yeah, that's it. That's as simple as that. But I was always interested toward literature. I love reading books. Like every day without reading a few pages, I cannot. I'm that kind of a person.
And what has been the favorite book until now? Like which has been the favorite book?
See, now this is very difficult question to answer because I have parts from different books which are my favorite. Okay. So now which one to put first, which one to put second? Uh, okay, maybe I can say the current book I'm reading, A Man Called Oaf by Frederick Beckenham. Then maybe that can be one of the good books that I'm reading. But if you say, okay, my all-time favorite, what it can be? Yeah, that book by Sudha Murthy, I forgot the name. Yeah, 3000 Stitches. That is one kind of a book that I often read it because I don't know why, but I get the vibe correctly of that.
That's great. What are your other interests apart than writing and teaching?
Okay, I am trying to learn Kathak for a longest period of time, but due to my work pressure, every time it gets broke. Like 1 2 months, then again something comes up, I have to break off from the practice. So it's a real problem. So I'm trying to get back to Kathak very soon.
That's great. And what is the advice you have for the budding writers or authors to become?
Just of all, don't write to please people. That doesn't work. That absolutely doesn't work. You will figure out, you will get your audience soon, but don't try to please people because that absolutely doesn't work. Second, getting published is nowadays very easy, but first figure out the marketing details. If you are or marketing strategies, if you are seriously going to take your like being author as a profession, keep that strategy very clear. Second, write for yourself and from the core of your heart. If your content has the power, if your content has the originality, it will shine, it will shine. Nothing can stop it from shining. And people will pick that book if it has that quality. So just focus on your originality. Don't try to mimic others. And have patience, please. This is not a profession where you're gonna come one day and be successful, that like one night gone and you're successful. That doesn't happen. Those kind of success story just doesn't happen in any of the field for that matter. Here also, come, work hard, be patient. That's very important.
Okay. And what has life taught you until now? Like any four or five things that you always keep in mind?
Yes, you're not audible. If you could be a little louder.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, my question was that what has life taught you until now? Like any four or five things you always keep in mind.
First and foremost, don't trust anyone. People are there to break your trust. Second, think and speak, and also think and speak. Third, speak up for yourself. Nobody else gonna do that for you. Sometimes people will take your silence for your uh, or your politeness, your silence, you're not answering for your weakness. But speak up for yourself. No one else gonna do it. Otherwise, you will get bullied and abused. So it's you. It's up to you how you use that. Your speaking power. Fourth thing, work hard. Work hard for anything. See, I have never seen myself fail when I have given 100% to something. So please do work hard. That I always remind myself every day. And the fourth thing is take care of your health. If it goes, it will never come. These are the four things I always, all four or four things this I always keep in mind. I never cross these boundaries. I always keep these things in mind because these have put me in a better place. This has helped me in a healing journey a lot. When I observe and speak now, I see that I see the true colors of the people, or what intention do they come to me. So that's very needed because everybody is not your friend, everybody is not wishing good for you. That's very true.
True. And I have one more question that when we meet someone new in our life, may it be our friend or life partner, we do not get to, identify or sense it that this person has bad intentions for you or is going to ruin your life. So, by your experience, what is the suggestion or tip you would give to the individuals out there to
See,
recognize
I've
that
been
the particular person around them is not good?
very difficult. Listen, I understand we always want to be protected from heartbreak or from
Other golden life rules that you follow?
first and foremost, these are the things that real life experiences have taught me. First thing, never trust anyone because people are there to break your trust. Second, observe and speak. Third, speak for yourself. No one else gonna come and do that for you. Stand and speak up for yourself. Otherwise, people will misinterpret your silence as your accepting their harsh comments. So speak it up politely, but speak it up for yourself. Third, work hard because there's no second way, no shortcut. Work hard. And third, and the fourth one, take care of your health. Without that, you once your health is gone, it's gone. So it's better you take care of it. That's the fourth. These are the few among the few others that I follow and abide by very strictly.
Mm. So, thank you so much, sir, for being with us today evening. All the advices and suggestions you gave us and the audience have been very, very helpful. And we wish you the best.
Thank you so much. It was pleasure meeting you and everyone. Thank you so much. Keep smiling.
Thank you, sir.